Greetings, Namo Buddhaya. I am KTS Sarao, former professor and head of the Department of Buddhist Studies, Delhi University. I shall be today telling you about the Mahabodhi tree in this module number 29. The religious importance of Bodh Gaya lies primarily in the fact that here the Buddha had realized enlightenment at the foot of the sacred fig tree on the outskirts of Uruvela. This fig tree is known as the sacred people to majority of the Indians. This specific people tree became known as the Bodhi tree, Sanskrit Bodhi Vriksh or Pali Bodhi Ruk, because of its association with Gautam Buddha, is now most popularly known as the Mahabodhi tree to distinguish it from the other Bodhi trees, all of which trace their parenthood to another Bodhi tree, and the lineage goes on all the way to the first Bodhi tree underneath which Gautam Buddha had attained enlightenment. Though a few other Bodhi trees appear to be older than the present Mahabodhi tree, this people is considered as the most sacred amongst all the Bodhi trees for the reason that the diamond throne, Vajra is located at its foot, which the Buddhists believe to be the exact spot on which the Buddha had attained enlightenment. Now, the sacred people tree was not only worshipped variously by the ancient Indian Brahmanical Hindus as the tree of creation, tree of life, and tree of supreme knowledge, but the tree had also become known as an object of miraculous efficacy and therefore worthy of worship, that is puja, must before the would-be Buddha chose a people tree for his final push towards enlightenment. Even today, uprooting a people tree is considered by a typical Hindu as the equivalent of destroying a shrine. It is noteworthy that the Hindus venerate the Mahabodhi tree because they perform their fourth day's ritual of Pindadan, oblation to ancestors, at its foot. It is quite probable that the tree beneath which the would-be Buddha took his seat was already the object of a popular cult and was distinguished by some kind of makeshift offering altar or mound or by a wall which marked it out from the surroundings as a Chaitya Vriksh or Chaitya Ruk. That is a tree shrine, or one chaitya, that is some sort of forest shrine. However, if such an offering or altar or railing was not already in existence, then after the Buddha's enlightenment, here such a railing and most probably an altar may well have been built by the first Buddhist pilgrims who had begun to perform worship at the site during the Buddha's own lifetime. The Mahabodhi tree and the altar throne, as depicted on reliefs on the Bharhut Stupa, appear to have begun to share veneration originally accorded to the Mahabodhi tree alone from about the 1st century BCE. During the lifetime of the Buddha himself, the Mahabodhi tree and its saplings came to represent him. It has been mentioned in one of the Jatakas that the Bodhi Mand, the foot of the Mahabodhi tree, was used as a shrine, that is a chaitya, when the Buddha was alive, and it was the only shrine that could be so used. While the Buddha was yet alive, in order that people might make their offerings in the name of the Buddha, when he was away on pilgrimage, he gave his approval to the planting of a seed from the Mahabodhi tree in front of the gateway of Jetvan at Shravasti, saying that, to quote the Buddha, that shall be, as it were, an abiding place for me. Unquote. For this purpose, Mogglan took a fruit from the Mahabodhi tree as it dropped from its stalk before it reached the ground. As this tree was planted directly under the direction and care of Anand, it came to be known as the MAHABODHI. In order to consecrate it, the Buddha spent one night under it, wrapped in meditation, announcing that the great Bo tree used by the Buddhas is fit for a shrine, be they alive or be they dead. Emperor Ashok was most conscientious in paying homage to the Mahabodhi tree and appears to have visited it more than once. In his rock edict number 8 at Girnar in Gujarat and Kalsi in Uttarakhand, he says that 10 years after his coronation, that is around 259-258 BCE, he visited the Mahabodhi tree as part of his Dharma pilgrimage. He is also known to have initiated an annual festival in honor of the Sambodhi in the month of Kartik, in Pali Kattik. The memory of one of his visits to the Sambodhi has been depicted in the 1st century BCE sculpture on the east gateway, front side, the bottom architrave of the great Sanchi Stupa.